is Kelcie and I'm a junior at the Cronkite School. The very first thing I ever got involved with was the state press. As soon as I started, I ran to the, I think it was at like Taylor Fest, the booth that state press had. I said, I really want to be part of this, and a week later I was hired as a part-time news reporter, then I moved up to full-time, then a lead, then I became assistant news editor, and now I'm news editor, and I've been doing that since the very beginning of my freshman year. So right now, as a news editor, I manage a staff of around 15 people. Myself and the assistant news editor, we are in charge of all things news, so it could be education, politics, diversity, breaking news as well, so we're all responsible for that. In addition to having enough content every single day, I come into the newsroom at 4:30. We start with a budget meeting, and we break, and I edit news stories and discuss ideas with my reporters, like what are you going to do next, how are we going to make this interesting to our audience. And I could be there anywhere 9-10 o'clock. That happens a few times a week, a lot of times, and it's very stressful. It does take a toll on me, but I would say it's extremely rewarding, because the difference between state press and any other internship you can have at the Cronkite School is that you really get to own the product that you're working with. It's really your own. You're not really speaking to people who are much bigger than you or much older than you. We really get to make our own choices, and we get to run with what we think the publication should be. So after I graduate, my dream is really to be a foreign correspondent. I've always had a passion for travel. My parents have always encouraged me to, seek adventure, and they've taken me outside the country before. So it's always been something I wanted to do, and in addition to that, I really love to write. And so that is why I majored in journalism. And I'm in the print journalism path, but I don't really like to call it print. I like to call it digital journalism, because most of the people who are in the print track, they're not working with newspapers. They're working with online media. So that's sort of how I see that. I change my mind every single day where I'd like to work. When I first started out, I thought, it'd be great if I could work for any old newspaper, or the New York Times, Seattle Bee. But as I've gotten older, started to appreciate things I kind of used to, stick my nose at, like BuzzFeed and Vice and Vox. I really am a lot more interested in that kind of alternative press.